Nice still day here at the camping. And I just wanted to show you guys one of my wild meals that I've been having. So this is air potato and laurel or bay leaf. And yeah, it's an air potato there. So this is a completely wild meal. You can see this. It's a type of air potato. They get bigger. They get twice that size. Here's the leftovers which I'm going to use of a mushroom I had 2 days ago, a eucalypt mushroom. And I just didn't use it all, so I can use the rest of it. I only really eat the cap. I don't eat the stem. It's too like woody, you know. And here is a natural cebosia or onion. So, you know, obviously this is like nature's carbohydrates here, and you could just get these, clean them and eat the roots. It's like spaghetti, like carbohydrates. But what I do is I just sort of pop that all in, crunch this all up, and, you know, I just get it in there like in pieces, like that. And I'll throw pretty much all of those in there. See little onions on there, and I usually cut off the top. Becomes less like the flavour. So there you go, you know, that's all wild. And I just picked the bay leaf off one of the trees here back there, air potatoes up there, and I just have to have a scout around for these eucalypt mushrooms. They grow in many different places around here under all the eucalypts. And then there's this, the natural cebosia or natural onion, and you know, it gives it a bit of flavour. The only thing that's store-bought is the oil that I've put in the bottom to make sure the potato don't stick. And I really like this potato. It's a little bit different to the store-bought ones. I feel it lighter, more water, more aguous. I have a feeling, but I don't know, because I haven't seen the assay next to each other, that this has less nutrition. But I could be wrong, and it could have more of one type of nutrition, and I'm feeling less of something else. Or it could be the water factor that's making me feel like it's not giving me as much as a normal potato. I'm not sure. But it's definitely is filling, you know, like, it's obviously going to fill my stomach up. About the same texture, pretty much the same texture, a tiny bit lighter and more water-like. But yeah, there's my free meal from nature. I'll just end up chopping this into little bits, and I will fry it all on the fire. And I'll get the fire going and cook it for about 20 minutes, and I've got a good system here. You see that it closes up. My bowl here makes an airtight seal, so it becomes a pressure cooker. So yeah, there's one natural meal that I make. So you've got the air potato, bay leaf, eucalypt mushroom, that orange eucalypt mushroom, and then the natural onions. Now, after I cook that, I also add this. Guess what this is? Avocado, and it's also picked by me from this big tree around the corner, about 2 streets away. Finally, they've come good, and they're nice and soft. So I'll put the avocado on after I mash the potato a bit, and then I'll put the avocado, you know, all in there and mash it up. So it's avocado and potato. Now over here we have the cattail. You see the cattails here? Now, some of you have seen my old YouTube channel, which I no longer have access to, Benjam C3. And on that, I did my first food plant teaching video on dandelions, and I mistaked the cattails for the dandelions in that video, and it's got 50,000 views almost, that video. The one video I do wrong gets the most views. YouTube. So these are cattail greens, pretty similar to dandelion greens. Now some people will say there's a toxin in them, and it's true. But you know, people here in Uruguay, they'll eat them by the bundle. I'm only going to put, you know, 4, 5, 10 leaves in at the max, but you know, I'm only going to put like 5 leaves in. Usually what I'll do too is I'll take the end of leaves like this, and I'll just take the ends. I don't like always all the stem and hard stuff, so I'm always just looking for soft bits, and I often just pick off the ends and the little leaves like this. See these really small ones here? That's a really nice leaf. You see how nice that looks? Thin cells, just like when you eat grass. You don't want to let it sit in the sun and harden, where you get these really, you know, big, harder, cellular structured leaves. You can just tell that looks, you know, much more supple. You see? I can feel it too. So I'm just going to throw in a few cattail leaves. You know, I'm going to be cooking it too. So, you know, any toxin's going to be much less potent, but it's not so bad. You can eat a few of these compared to what people are eating, what they buy from the shop. I'll tell you what, you can definitely eat them. So I'll just, you know, I'll just crunch these up and throw them in. Just to add a little bit of greens, because remember that potato is a root and therefore it is acidic, and leafy greens are alkaline. So I just, you know, chuck a few in because they got bad flavour too. I'll sometimes use some mayonnaise on this meal. You know, so in the end it becomes all kind of mashed up with the avocado. Oh, I love avocado and a little bit of mayonnaise and potato together. Oh. So there you go. We have the air potato, the eucalypt mushroom, the natural onions. This is also a naturally picked from just a random growing avocado tree. And then cattail greens, which are kind of like dandelion. And, you know, don't put too many in because there is apparently a little bit of toxic nature to them, but it's not so bad. And there's my meal. All wild and from nature.